What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. Those who kept the replay, though, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Turn on all notifications. What the hell? Why not? That way, when we do these in the future, you can take part right along with us. So, my main man, George Zaharoff's going to be joining us here in just a little bit. We talked about potentially having him jump on yesterday. He had a long day. He was like, tomorrow we'll stream. And then after yesterday's stream, I talked to him after. I was like, yeah, we should probably do a stream tomorrow. All they wanted to talk about was you. So, why don't you come on? So that's basically what we're going to do here today. Crack a couple jokes, talk some fragrance, all that good stuff. I appreciate those of you that are here already. 83 in the first minute. Needless to say, I think y'all like when George shows up. So, 83 in less than 90 seconds. pretty stout, quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in. I sure do appreciate it. It does indeed help. And, who's excited for Thanksgiving? Who's planning on eating what? As far as my sin of the day, I am wearing Precious Treasure. And I mean, it should be no surprise. We're showing just the bottom, just like we did yesterday. Number 7 of 500 is what I ended up with whenever it decides it wants to focus. So, and I did spray, because I sprayed it again after the shower last night. Could smell it easily when I woke up. And then 8 o'clock, I started setting up to film this morning at 8 o'clock. I did 1 spray on each forearm, 1 on the back of the neck. I was like, I'm going to wear it through the day. Just 3 sprays. That's all I need. Because I was going to the gym. It's like, I don't want it to be too strong. And here we are 10 hours and 1 minute later. Because I sprayed it at 8 o'clock on the dot. Right after I'd finished eating my first meal. I'd sprayed it on. And not a skin scent. 10 hours later. It's just now really starting to like calm down a good bit. It's one of the most consistent, it might be the most consistent fragrance I've ever worn in my life. You can dial this one up because you're going to get some nose fatigue. So you can dial it up and it's not going to be cloying, but you're going to have massive, ridiculous, unnecessary sillage with this one. It's the way it behaves and the way it wears is what makes it so special. More details to come. We will have a full review coming very, very soon, and you'll be able to purchase it very, very soon. And it will be gone very, very soon because it's not a lot. Yes, there's 500 bottles, but 100 of them are going abroad to different places. So here in North America, you'll have an opportunity at 400 because there's retail partners in different countries that are getting a small portion to different countries. So let's dive into the chat. We got 120 in the first 3 minutes. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in. It does help. Mr. Roy, good to see you, sir. According to him, he's the main Zaharoff fan. Best smelling chat, which this is indeed the best smelling chat on social media. Wearing Seraphim Blue, send it even Seraphim Red and Blue, and then Seraphim Red again. Out of respect. All right, then. I'm trying to make it today, but it's very, very late for me. For those who didn't know, he is 7 hours ahead. Kyler's trying to lose his wrench with this following comment. Some guy named Ross. So good to see you, Kyler. John, always a pleasure. Why Le Parfum? I think the best one. 200 ml for 120 is a great price because 60 ml will run you like $80 from discounters. So it's pretty impressive, actually. Really looking forward to tonight's special live stream. Was wondering, do you have any plans? That's a George question. One day, I'm sure he would like to open that market. Currently, I don't know if that's an option for you because he's got some areas in South America, Chile, for example. He's got several spots in Europe now that carry Zaharoff, and of course, Australia, Vietnam, different places like that. But as far as what's closest to you, I'm not really sure what's available to you, my man. Maybe because I know he's watching. He'll be able to maybe remember to answer when he jumps on because he'll be on in a few minutes. We'll have George come on about 6 or 7 minutes. I like to get caught up with you guys first, and then we'll talk. Mont Blanc Explorer, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir. Caron pour un homme. I love the lavender in it. All right. Checking in, ready for the action. Afnan's 9 p.m. Great fragrance. I don't care what anybody says. Smells good. Let them know. Dilly, good to see you. Manny, always a pleasure. We're in Seraphim Red. Seraphim Red. Again, a lot of Seraphim Red love here in the chat. Hoping to secure a bottle. I hope so. It's going to be very, very difficult. I will throw a little bit of info that I was very happy to hear this morning when we talked. Might be a strict 1 bottle per person thing. He's kind of undecided. That way everybody gets a fair shot at it instead of people that are going to like buy 3 so they can resell 1 later. That kind of bullshit. This way people that really want it have a better shot at getting it because it's not like it's just Loads of them available. It's not a regularly stocked item. So I hope he does end up doing that. Obviously, he'll elaborate in a little bit. But yeah, I like that idea. I think it gives everybody a fair shake at it. It's legitimately first come, first serve. When you get yours, you get yours. And you can't get a bunch of them and screw someone else, you know? So I guess we'll see. I mean, that's kind of undecided because then there's legitimate fans of the brand that would like to have 2 bottles. So it's kind of a gray area thing. That's why it's an undecided thing, I'm sure. There's some gray area to doing that. Signature Tobacco. A lot of Zaharoff love in the chat today. I'm not surprised to see that. I'm not surprised. Harmine Gold Crystal Oud. Bought my first bottle of Strong With You. Ended up going intensely. Okay, because like I told you, you can get any of them. Definitely taking your advice and getting all of them. Welcome to the problem I had. Once you get one of them, if you really love, because the first one I got was the EDT, the base DNA. And I took a long time to get a flanker because I was like, man, I don't need the flanker. This is really good. But once you start getting them, because they stay true to the original, you always smell the original and it's properly flankered. A sweeter flanker, a boozy flanker, a leather flanker, a spicier tobacco flanker. You see, they always add nuance to the base DNA. It's properly flankered. And that's one of the reasons I love it. Because if you love the base DNA, you're bound to like all of them because it always revolves around the base DNA. So again, not surprised because if you like one, you'll like most, if not all of them. Kaylin, good to see you, sir. Midnight Hour by Banana Republic. Blockade on a budget. Same perfumer. That makes it sound even more enticing. I've seen a lot of people mention that as their sin of the day here in the last 2 weeks. Good to see you. Anisho's Side Effect. Black Rose. Good to see you, Giancarlo. Brodo Uomo La Note. Never tried that one. The blue bottle. Sin of the Evening. ATH and Fragmentals Smolder. I haven't worn that in a very long time. I have a bottle of that. Luis, good to see you, sir. We're in 1 million lucky during the day. Sin of the Evening for a special and possibly lucky night. Zaharoff Triple X. Shout outs to Joey. I'm assuming based on you saying possibly lucky night, the fragrance isn't releasing tonight. If that's what y'all are hoping this is about, that's not what this is about. That's not what's happening here. So I want to go ahead and get away from that expectation. If that's what y'all are thinking is a possibility, that's not what's happening here tonight. Yeah. So sorry to disappoint for those of you that did, because I'm assuming that's what you mean here, Luis. Yeah, that's not what's going down tonight. No shock drop tonight. Boss to Sin Elixir, Sin of the Night, Boss Bottled Elixir, double whammy. What's going on, Josh? We can get down to business. I'm off Checkmate King. I did see that post in your stories while I was waiting to start the stream. Stoked as always when I see GZ. Can't wait. Good to see you, Antonio. Good to see you, sir. Haven't worn anything yet. I'll catch the replay. Chilling with the family. The family's more important. You can always watch the replay later, my man. Let's get those likes up. Indeed, I'm trying to get close to the bottom. Then we'll get George in here in just a few more minutes. We got 165 in the chat in the first 8 minutes. I sure appreciate that. Like I said, we'll have him here in a few minutes. Everyone's day is going well. Strong with you intensely. We got 2 in the chat with that. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. A lot of people's favorite. It's good stuff. Good to see you, sir. Shagaf Oud Azrak. I've never tried. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well, sir. Amarud Oud After Dark. I've always loved the name of that one. I've never smelled it, but I love the name. I think I have it. I think that's one of the Amaruds that Jordan sent me. Let me double check. Then we got Golden Oud, one of their elixirs here. When I say Jordan, I mean the Nigerian Giant Moss, by the way. I think he sent me another one. Did he send me another one, or was it just that one? I think it was just that one. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't have that one. I get random shit from my friends all the time. Montrese, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you, big dog. Spencer, what's up? Looking forward to this. Hey, Ross and GZ. My sin of the day is Kajal Ohm 3. Fresh out the shower, smelling great, nice and citrusy, gingery. You definitely smell good. Speaking of smelling good, Virtus Vanilla Oud. Great for Thanksgiving. I agree. You definitely will impress with that on. See how when this shit gets started. There you go. Kara, good to see you. Givenchy Gentleman Society Extreme, one of the best designers released this year. The 1B to what I think the 1A of Boss Bottled Absolute is. It just nudges Society Extreme out ever so slightly for me. Good to see you, Scott. Invictus Victory Elixir. I've been talking about that one a lot lately. Dan, Not the Man. Signature Aurum. And in the morning, Leather Tobacco. Oh, wait, Signature Aurum in the morning, Leather Tobacco for dinner tonight. Serious double whammy right there. Good to see Chad. Yeoman Laws, Elm Street. All right, then. Never seen this before. And it's randomly this. So moderators, keep an eye on this fuck. That basically seems like a troll pop profile to me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Yeah. Hell yeah. Justin, good to see you, sir. Hope everyone's well. We definitely are. Wano Choa, always a pleasure. Kamrakawa. Sin of the Night's Alien from Mueller per my wife. Okay, we have Saga's husband here. Sean, good to see you, sir. Per request for her birthday. Well, happy birthday to Saga. Everybody tell Saga happy birthday. I'm sure she'll hear this and he can relay it. A regular here in the live chat. So we will definitely miss Saga tonight if she's not able to make it. But for her birthday festivities, I definitely understand. So thanks for letting us know, my man. After her birthday, have a great stream. Thank you, my man. That's what I've been seeing, Burning Love. But the notes are pretty. I guess Cherry Oud from Guerlain's got similar notes to it too, because it's got almost identical notes. So I'd love to try that too. All of the above. Because that's amazing. So all of the above for me. And Saga's wearing Delana exclusive for the special edition. Special fragrance. Guerlain L'Homme Ideal EDP for Joel. Good to see you, sir. I'm going to be wearing Precious Treasure. I'm going to wear that again tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rock it 3 days in a row. I've been wearing it every round, after showers, before the gym. I even wore it today. I haven't refreshed today. Same 3 sprays from this morning, from 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna skip on down to the bottom, and we'll go ahead and get George in here. We got almost 200 people in the first 12 minutes. I sure appreciate that. My favorite ginger fragrance. Excellent choice, Rave. All right, we're going to skip on down a little bit. I apologize. My man Kix Griffey's in the house. Rayon Tradition, Insurrection Too Dark. Ooh, nice and spicy. Kix Griffey approved Wolf FWO Wolfpack for Life Yak Mob. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Well, happy Thanksgiving Eve anyway. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Good to see you, sir. Dior Homme Intense. Can't go wrong there. Mr. Sean wearing Suspiro Herba Leather. Is that a leather version of Herba Pura? That's what I think of when I see that. That sounds interesting. Beardson, good to see you. Essential Parfums Bois Imperial. Very versatile. Thinking a private collection from Fragrance George is presenting. I mean, unless he tells me to show it to you guys, I don't think that's what's going to happen tonight. You never know. He might say, show it to him. I highly doubt it. But the review and it's going live for sale here within just around the corner from him, my man. Just around the corner. So I apologize that I'm skipping all these comments, guys. I just want to get to the bottom, and we'll go ahead and get George heading on here. George, I know you're watching. If you want to go ahead and jump backstage, we'll go ahead and get you in here, my man. So skipping on down, my apologize. My cat is named George. Best buddy, 23 years old. Wow. 23 years. That's freaking impressive. Let him know, Bishop. Let him know. My favorite IFBB Pro, Michael Gassaway. St. DuPont Perfect Tobacco. Never tried that. Brass and Soul for Central Hub. We'll skip around a little bit. Has bottle number 7. That mean there's really like 480 available. If I have one and it's number 7, he just sent me one at random. He didn't all right, number 7. Here you go. He's not sending them in order. It's just whatever. He doesn't know what number they are because they're all packaged up. That's funny that you think that's the case, though. I could understand why you would think that that's not the case, though. I'm super far behind. So, yeah, I'm going to keep on skipping down. I know there's some super chats I haven't even gotten. Tanner hit some massive one I haven't gotten to yet. I saw that on YouTube. Sandy, good to see you, sir. Well, I hang with us as long as you can, man. But if it gets too late for you, definitely don't stay later than you need to. Yeah, no shock drop tonight. It's funny enough, I bought the Legend Blue 11s like 2 days before the shock drop because they were under retail for GOAT. It was like, why would I wait? They made 1 million pairs. Go figure, it's under retail. And then Nike shock dropped it 2 days later. So they still haven't shipped yet. I'm still waiting on them to come here. So Tanner with the massive super chat. I sure appreciate that. Rockin' Signature Rosé. Happy holidays to you and yours. I continue to watch daily. Keep doing you, sir. I sure appreciate that. I appreciate the generosity. That is super kind of you to send the massive super chat. I sure appreciate that. So we have him getting set up backstage. Yes, it's sweet. It is sweet. You think I would like it? If you like leathery and resinous, because it's pretty spicy, but it dries down to a creamy sweetness. But it starts off kind of leathery, spiced, and resinous with the sweetness in the background. It's kind of like Carlisle without the fruitiness. If you've ever smelled Parfums de Marly Carlisle, and the quality will surprise you. You'll be like, this is a Boss bottle fragrance? Yeah. I think it's higher quality than the Elixir, even. It's just the way it's blended and the notes used. But yeah, it's definitely worth a sample, though. I mean, you could always pop in at Macy's or Dillard's and just try it when on one of your days off or something, and then buy it online. It's cheaper. And we got Mr. Don with the $10 super chat. Good to see you, sir. New Zaharoff fragrance makes me fucking pumped. Enjoy your night. Indeed, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Everybody's telling Saga happy birthday. Indeed. So I'm not going to pin all of those. We got Mr. Ryan Epps. Long time no see. How are you, sir? Good to see you, Kevin. About like an hour ago. Where have you been and how have you been? Yeah, he pops in from time to time. He's always watching. So I'm skipping on down. Wow, this is a super active chat. I see we got Mauricio, everybody's favorite admin in the Zed Lounge. Good to see you, sir. We need to know about the new rendition of Leather Tobacco. See if you watched more often. I talk about it. No, like almost every live stream in the last 2 weeks, I've talked about it. We'll probably talk about it a little bit in here because that's not some secret, you know. That we had to let you guys know that had to be reformulated, so you know it's coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mr. See-Through Shirt is about to grace us with his presence because you know he's got to give you some flash, some flair, and some theater. It just wouldn't be George Zaharoff on a stream without some theater. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. George Zaharoff.
You can't see through this, can you?
That is your skin I'm looking at through that, sir. Yeah. I see you don't have your nipple rings in.
It's solid in real life. It's the light hitting the camera.
Yeah, sure. We got 200 in the chat, so we got a nice little crowd. I appreciate all of you showing up. They must like when you come on stream. So we got quite the crowd. We had 83 people in the first 60 seconds.
That's crazy.
So they were eager. I had to temper the expectation. I started seeing some rumblings like they were thinking you were dropping the fragrance here tonight.
You know, it's interesting. I have to say, though, first of all, hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Thank you for having me, Ross.
Of course.
So we're just here to shoot the shit.
Basically. After him being the subject for almost the entire 2-hour stream yesterday, I called him after. I was like, we got to do a stream tomorrow. People want to talk to you, talk about you. They're excited for the fragrance. The iron is hot. You should come on the stream.
I know. And you know what? I'm hoping that everyone will be, this is a year. It took a year to pull it all together, but I think it's almost 3 years, right?
It's actually over 3 years since Claude created the fragrance itself.
And the fragrance has been macerating for a year.
It shows.
And that's why tonight I don't want to show anything. Just you guys just hold on a little bit more.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. And it's something very special. And a lot of effort went into presenting it. I wanted to the fragrance itself, the oil itself, it was named by Claude. That was the name of the test, was Precious Treasure. That was the little vial. You know how they give names to certain fragrances. So Precious Treasure was the one that it was called initially back 3 years ago. And there were no
when you got the very first rendition, the first Zed Creators was on the market.
That's right. That's right.
Because the first time we smelled it, we were all in Chicago with you. You had rented a Suburban.
Yep.
We were all in the Suburban. We just got back from dinner, and you're like, "You want to smell the new stuff Claude sent me?" That's I remember specifically.
And there was no mods made. I didn't need it, and I was trying to figure out a way. Right, it was good, and the best way to launch it. How? Because it didn't fit in the collection with the signature, and then I thought, you know, maybe a private reserve, like a privé type thing.
That was once he heard what the oil costed. Oh, this is a private line fragrance.
Yeah, it was everything about it, and what I also wanted to do. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. By the way, hi everybody. I think that
we got a great crowd.
I need to thank everyone in this group because how many people do we have in here?
Currently 208 in the first 20 minutes. We got a pretty sizable group.
And I just want to thank everyone.
In the live stream side of the fragrance community, I think the biggest I've ever seen is like Michelle. I had a little over 300 once. I know Goon's done a little over 300. I've done it once or twice with Justin.
Right.
Basically, like the biggest we've seen is like right over 300. So that's pretty sizable. We got a good chunk of who watches live streams in the community. So thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
showing up today.
It's really incredible. And I've been doing the rounds in different parts of the world, and it's kind of strange to see people enjoying and wearing, and it's a bit surreal. And so I want to thank everybody for the support, and it means a lot to me. I don't know. I don't know how I could show how grateful and my gratitude. And the only thing I could do it is by coming out with some kick-ass, some kick-ass products, some kick-ass fragrances, but also like having fun. Do you know what I mean? Like bringing value. I try bringing value. I try not to I like to keep them at a certain price point. Like I struggle with all of that because I'm very grateful, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
Well, every time it's twofold. You guys get really excited and he gets butterflies.
Yeah.
This is what happens because it's bringing a new product into market and he puts so much into it. And I can tell you firsthand, he's never put more into one than this. He's all in on this fragrance. You guys will see. That's not what you're used to from Zaharoff.
It's all
run of the mill. And it's crazy to say run of the mill because all his boxes are beautiful, but it's not that. It's not some new variation of his usual box.
I know, it's crazy. And so I wanted something that was true artistry. Actually, I wanted, because the fragrance was so beautiful and the story itself is, I thought to myself, what would it look like if God gave a gift of perfume? What would it look like? And so I thought of the inlay. It had to be an inlay because back the box that you have seen, Ross, it's all done. It's walnut and it's carved in, and it goes back to the time of the Byzantine Ottoman Empire times. It's crazy. And I found the family that did the palace in Istanbul. I hunted them down, and for generations it was passed, and that's who made the box, right by the border of Syria and Turkey. And so I know you know this, but I wanted to share it with, and so I only made 500. So they're numbered, and when they're gone, they're gone. It's not like I could run and produce another, besides, and if I did, it would take a year.
Yeah, there's a lot that went into this.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. It was a lot of work, and it was a lot of effort and time, and then when they finished the boxes, it was shipping. How do we ship it? I'm like, holy cow! I go, well, ship it the way you guys usually ship things. We don't ship things. I'm like, what? And so even that was a big deal. So that's why this is something very special. It's going to be limited to one per person.
So you are going to do one per?
Yep. No pre-sale price. No, I just, I've talked to you about this, Ross, is that I just wanted to keep it at one price that I thought was really good. No discounts, no coupons, no nothing. And have people look at it like a value when they see it instead of having deductions and so on and so forth.
Honestly, and I don't know how else to say this, but when you guys see what you get and when you actually wear it and you can understand what makes the actual profile of it special, you'll really see what value you got here at the price point he set it at. Because honestly, the only people that would complain about the price point, they just normally don't buy fragrances at this price, is what it is.
Right.
Because I've said it before, I'll say it again. If this was in the hands of anyone else, it would not be what he's charging. No. None of his fragrances would be what he charges if it was any other brand, but especially this, because there's so much involved. So George, I don't know if you saw World of Zaharoff Instagram page put another video out this morning that shows the walnut chest a lot more, getting burned and wiped and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was made from the beginning of from the beginning of time. There's no lacquer, there's no chemicals. They put olive oil and burn it which darkens the wood. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And I think that I just wanted to bring art and to only to those people that, you know, that have been with me from the beginning. And that's how I feel. And so when they're gone, they're gone. I mean, and so I think that I'm spotty. Can you guys hear me? Am I okay?
It's fine to me unless YouTube's acting up, but on my
Julie's
end,
audio
everything's
is kind
fine.
of spotty for me randomly. I don't know what else I could do though, you
It's
know?
smooth. It's smooth. The feedback I'm getting from you is perfectly smooth.
Okay. And so
No
Aussie
stutters or
Fragrance
anything.
Talk. Hello, Australia. I was
So
just
real quick, the reason I have these fragrances, I know people are confusing this with Danielle. That's not Danielle, guys. I know it's a similar name, but that's not Danielle. Yeah, Deez is in my chat all the time, in my comment section on videos. That's not Danielle. That's a different profile, guys. Because Danielle, while it's D's fragrances spelled differently, it's a picture of her as the avatar, too, different person. So I see we got some confusion in the chat. That's why I got that pin.
It's funny. I think Roy is probably the #1 Zaharoff Zed head.
Well, he changed it from Zaharoff fanboy to the main Zaharoff fan.
Yeah.
Like
fanboy.
literally this week, it's been two different things.
I love it. So thank you.
So Rafe is calling you royalty. You are now King George.
Nah. Rafe. Thank you, Rafe. I don't know about that. I'm king in my head.
In his own mind.
In my own bird, in my own head, I'm king of my
So you want to show the video on Instagram real quick?
Yeah, if you want to.
Let me pull it up.
Aye.
Because I showed him the other one.
And it comes with a book. This one will come with a book, and I tell a little story like Moby
Dick. Extra stuff I
was
telling you guys about.
And so that's the back of the book. And I feel like I was on this journey to find the women, right? To hunt down the oils. And so when was this posted?
Is this the one from this morning? No, that's 5 days ago. That's old. It's this one 10 hours ago. This is the one. This shows even more detail of this is the chest that the bottle sits in, guys. It's made of walnut. That's hand set mother of pearl, going in different spots on the box, wood burned, everything.
That's brass. Look at that. That's brass. And it's the olive oil that's burning into the wood. It's unbelievable, guys.
Wait till you see it in hand, guys, and the velvet on the inside. That's velvet that you lined it with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the black velvet. It's like that alone. What country did that work, George? I know it's a specific country.
That's right by the border of Turkey and Syria. That inlay that you see on the other one, you see me looking at the inlay. That is literally the inlay. That's mother of pearl. I designed the box myself.
It's on both sides in the back.
Yeah. And did you see the on the top? It's the Phoenix. I went from the old flights of, you know, the heyday of jet travel, and each airline had its own flying bird. And so I put the Phoenix, my own symbol of the Phoenix, because in a sense, that's my own story. Mm-hmm. And so I put the Phoenix on the top of the box.
I see everybody making fun of an old person. I guess Joe's here. Yep, DDLD's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. He has graced us with his presence.
Yes, hello. And so I think that you
want me to show it to him since we just looked at video of it? You want me to just show it to him? Not any different from what we just showed him on video.
I think that's
just the box itself, though.
If you want to show it in the box, that's fine.
Yeah, let me grab it.
I feel like you're on a date, and when you're trying to have sex with the person, you're like, "Can I just show you the tip? Just show me your breast. Just show me a little cleavage. That's all."
Extreme,
well, now that you've shown me the cleavage, you might as well show me your breasts. There you go. Right.
This is the finished product of the chest. It's all hand set mother of pearl, hand etched with a Dremel, not a machine.
Mother of pearl. And that design that you see with it's an old Byzantine Ottoman type box, and so I kept the little they're rose pet like little flower petals, and they're numbered.
Everything's numbered. The literature's numbered. The bottle's numbered. The chest is numbered.
But it's all brass, you know. And so, yeah.
Comes with a cloth for your bottle.
Yeah.
I won't show everything though, but this is part of the major part, but part of the presentation.
And so,
I mean, we're showing them the video. That's why I was like, might as well walk them around it. We just showed them what it looks like, you know.
and so I think that it's interesting because Claude, someone mentioned, I mean, Claude said the same. I mean,
Claude threw the 400 to 500 number
Yeah,
out at me on the phone, and I was like, you know, he's not going to charge that.
so I think that this is for the True Zaharoff people that have been with me from the beginning. I think they're gonna love it. And the perfume itself, you know, like, so the fragrance itself, the oil that I just love talking about the most is that, you know, it grows on the side of a mountain in the desert, and the water, the South Atlantic Ocean hits the coast, and the water vapor travels in the air for miles, and it hits this mountainside, and this is where the thing grows, and then it
Indigenous to
dries.
this specific region.
Yeah, it's only this place on Earth, and so it's this tribe, this oh my God, I can't believe it. The Himba
It is
people,
definitely fragrance bling for your shelf, Jared. Thank you for the super chat.
and climbing down the mountains for his oil. That's me. That's exactly me. And so I wanted to go see the women who pick the oil, and I brought them the actual bottle with me to share with them. And it was kind of a very surreal moment for me because it was like a completion. And so I feel like I have so much on my shoulders in terms of them wanting to make sure their story is told. And so it's just, yeah, it is. It's a lot. And so I think this is going to be a nice little gift. I think I want to say, name one person or a brand or anything like this that has presented something like this. I would love to see that. And I think that we need more of that. I think
I
we
agree.
need more artistry in this space. So, which we have. It's just nice to have more of it. That's all. So,
It's very, very interesting. 10-piece trees for my faves.
and
I sure appreciate that.
hi,
That's
John.
him saying he's giving $10 because we're his favorites.
That's nice. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Josh.
And
We got Dave Callie in here. We got a bunch of familiar names.
look at that. What is everyone doing? Do you guys pick out your Thanksgiving fragrance ahead of time, or do you guys just go? Did George do
Sorry
that?
about that. Firefox decided to crash.
It's the Himba people, HIMBA. Let me see if I can find a
In
picture.
Namibia.
In Namibia.
What I was going to say was, you know, it's special when we got a DDLD sighting. He don't never show up on my channel anymore. He don't like me anymore. I comment when he posts on Instagram. He'll never come hang with me.
Hello. So yeah, here
I hope Allie's well, Joe. It's good to see you.
And so it's kind of funny now that you see the whole group.
Let me put you full screen.
Let me see if I'm looking and seeing.
So I hope we don't get in trouble for all the hanging titties out on screen here.
And it sees they're holding, I don't know if you guys could see it, but they're actually holding a box too, the Zahara box. It's hilarious. That's crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
We're gonna make it smaller since there's so much hanging titty out in that picture.
No, so what they do is, you're right. They don't bathe in water. They use a certain type of clay with the oil, and so they mix it together and they put it on their skin, and so it's really incredible. And
it's a very interesting essential oil that's created from it. Because I really studied up on it, and then Claude re-educated me on it. Because the last time Claude explained this fragrance to me was like 3 years ago when he first created it. And it's interesting the way this note comes across and the character that it provides. You know,
and Man is the one that takes this. They take the actual bark or the resin, and they actually create the oil themselves. They don't have them do it, even though they are able to do it. And it's a collective. So there's a collective of 6 groups and they all do 6 different types of oil. And so it's pretty wild. I mean, it's pretty cool to see when we're all living in this day and age where everything is synthetic to actually see. It's nice to see, to see that there's some really nice, beautiful oils out there, and it's creating jobs and sustainability. I love it. So I really enjoy that. Good stuff here. Good stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I saw somebody ask about the profile. It's a little tease here and there, like mentioning its main oil and some of the reason, he showed you where it's indigenous to, and when he went out there,
Right.
it's in Namibia. We'll really break down everything. It's happening in the next few days, guys.
And it's it's a luxe fragrance. Like when I wear it, I get compliments on it. I think it's a compliment getter, but I also think that I feel rich in it.
I got 2 compliments at the gym today.
Oh, you did?
Sure did. Not that I was looking for them, but those 3 sprays, it's lingering. It's still going.
It's
not as instant. It's been almost 11 hours.
It's airy, like you said. It's not a heavy. It's a beautiful.
It wears light and airy. This is the biggest thing for it. It wears light and airy, but it is a sillage and longevity monster.
Yeah.
You will get nose fatigue, but I never go completely blind to it, and that's because of the high level of Mon's specific aroma molecules that Claude used, but it's also loaded with essential oils like its main note. It's very interesting, but that's why it behaves the way it does, is the aroma molecules and the concentration and balancing that Claude did it. Like I said, I got a 30 minutes nonstop, sat there, shut up and listened to expose on how he created this fragrance, the percentages to some of the oils, how much certain oils cost, why it's so expensive, why I think George should charge this much for it. I can't believe he would charge less because it's so expensive. It's just a blessing to be able to sit there and listen to that on the phone. So thank you for in the first place affording me the opportunity to even build that relationship with Claude. I appreciate that because it's an education I get for free.
Claude's amazing.
Oh,
Claude's
God,
amazing. And
so
I have a list. I have a list of 100 different categories that I want, and I go, Ross, if I can, it's gonna take 10 years. I go, I know, because it's gonna be.
You mentioned 10 years last night. I'm like, George, he's in his mid 70s.
I go, it's okay. He's got to keep working. He gotta come on, hurry up, chop. Yeah. That's hilarious, though. He's a good man, and it's the last of the Mohicans. They don't make them like that,
Well, you got to think, like I was telling Claude, guys, he's like 2 generations ago.
Yeah.
Your Christian Carbonells, your Ceciles, and all that. They're late 30s, mid 40s range. He's in his mid 70s. He's literally 2 generations of perfumer. Because I would consider like 15 year being the gap for a generation here from perfume style.
Yeah.
And so he's like 2 generations ago. He has a very different outlook and level of experience.
Yeah. And when he created the initial women's, at that time in the 90s, they were doing 24 Faubourg with Hermes. They were doing the Gautier women's. They did the Angel, and so that was back then. And that was that era, which I think was the golden age of fragrance, was probably the 80s, 90s. And then as time progressed, we're getting into the 2000s. Everything is getting affected, watered down, all sorts of for compliances, and it's a nightmare anyway. So like I said, even the leather tobacco, because of the birch tar, I can't have it anymore, and so I have to reformulate it. But I think the reformulated one is more wearable. I think it's going to be better. It's going to still have that presence, but it's going to be more wearable for people.
I think because I smell it every day, and I've come to the conclusion the reason you and I say it's more wearable is for those of you that have leather tobacco, that medicinal opening, the way the birch tar and the plum and the spices kind of make it medicinal. It's not medicinal anymore.
Yeah,
the accords haven't really changed. It's still mega smoky, warm, spicy. The plum's still there, but that medicinal accord is gone. So that's why I think we say that, because when you remove that, it comes across kind of a little bit cleaner.
Right.
And I think that's what we're interpreting as more wearable, because it's still over the top, crazy, strong, smoky
It
leather,
is. It
spice,
is. It is. It's just like I cannot layer it. Like if I spray one time on my skin, if I do it twice, it affects me. So I got to do one,
Guys, this
one,
is
one.
18% and it's
Yeah, it's
nuclear.
eighteen
Just like
percent.
leather
Yeah,
tobacco, the first version was
yeah.
only
And
18%.
I love leather tobacco. I think it's a masterpiece. I think that before I forget, did someone ask you about selling in the country? Did someone ask you that, Ross?
Yeah, that was the very beginning in Amsterdam.
So Amsterdam, they could order from Italy. Go on the Zaharoff website. It's part of the European Union. There's 18 stores in Italy that carry
So I
Zaharoff.
can't go that far up. It won't let me.
I
So
just so
from
that
the
people
very
know.
beginning.
And then Mexico, we start in 2 weeks. Mexico will start selling Zaharoff, and one more Zagreb in Croatia is also next. So next year is going to be mostly opening like little perfumeries, and I have in my head like a certain
Yeah, but I
strategy.
know what your plans are for releases. You still got a stout release schedule.
Yeah, we
You
got a
know,
busy week,
not
a
counting
busy
what we're
year.
doing. I
Yeah,
mean, just Zaharoff releases.
but I was thinking,
Second
I think
Privé, possibly a different fragrance for that.
that's
That's in the
yeah,
works. You know, plus
and
some more
so
signature releases. You still
and I
got a big year of releases ahead of you.
yeah,
Just
I
gets
think
bigger every year.
Baz is in Croatia, isn't he?
Shame on me. I should know. He's told me. I mean, I've had many
I think
private
he is in.
conversations
I
with
think
Boz.
he
I
is
should know.
Croatia. I think Croatia. I think so. Baz, we're opening in your country. That's kind of funny. Who would have
Boz
thought?
is a big Argos fan. He loves
I
his
know.
Argos fragrances and Panadora. Loves
That's
Panadora.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Where can I find the note? So fragrance, dude, the note breakdown.
You would have to be a member of the Zed Lounge currently. That's
Yeah,
the
but
only way.
you're not a part of it. It's easy, fragrance, dude. If you have Facebook,
Yeah. I don't know if he does.
do you have Facebook? Randy, or does he not want his name?
I don't
Facebook.
know his name.
One moment, please.
Yeah, he's not. I've never seen Randy on Facebook. He might not have Facebook. He says he is.
He
Go to
is.
Zed Lounge. Mauricio posted it yesterday
Go on the
in the
Zed
comments
Lounge,
on the
and
post.
we'll let you in.
Yeah, because there's stuff that, like, that's rule number one in the Zed Lounge is what's in there stays in there. It's not for the internet. It's for those biggest supporters of Zaharoff to get sneak peeks on certain things, and the note breakdowns in there.
Boz is not.
Literally a snapshot
I
of
did live
part of
in
the book.
Croatia long ago, but now in Norway.
Guys, I sure appreciate the super chats. I just wanted to take a moment. You guys have been very generous here today. I see Mauricio gave $10 next as well. Jason, $19.99. Placed multiple samples of everything I could in my cart. When I get to where I'm going, I will finish up. Looking forward to diving into this great house.
Thank you,
There's a lot to explore.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. There's a lot of good supporters here of mine, of ours, both you and I too, in this room, and I'm very grateful.
I think for the most part, it's kind of one and the same because we really grew together. We're synonymous with one another at this point.
And so I think that
both for better and for worse, I guess, on the internet, right?
I think that I don't look anymore. Like
Today's not about my fragrance.
I don't have like the time to. I don't have the time anymore, and I kind of am in this space where if you don't like me, okay.
Yeah.
You want to.
So Randy, look for this name. He posted a video from the Zaharoff page about Precious Treasure, and in the comments, he posted the picture of the note breakdown from the booklet. He screen grabbed it. So look for Mauricio's name.
And thanks, Dakota. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Charlie. And so for after what's next is we have the Extreme is coming, which is going to be, and I've talked about this, is going to be the signature pour homme with the oud note tuned up big time. And so
it's got a little bit of funk to it.
Yeah, it's going to have a funk, but it's going to be for those people that love that oud, animalic type of oud. Right.
It was going to be a Middle Eastern exclusive when he originally had the idea, because that's been in the works for 3 or 4 years. That was before Precious Treasure. He's had that for like 4 years. That was originally going to be a Middle Eastern exclusive, but I've been telling him the whole time, like, George, everybody's going to be so mad if you only release that over there. You're going to have people trying to figure out how to get it.
And so that's, yeah, and then, so that's coming. And then we have the women's. There's going to be a floral coming. The women's from 1990, the original women's, Claude was able to actually bring it to life. And so that's going to be part of a group of fragrances that will be like Bloom. It'll be these floral. It's going to be a collection. Maybe once every spring, it'll be like a floral collection. Just this little, just a little bridge between the winter, bringing it into the summer. Just a little bit of a bridge. And then the Seraphim, we got the Seraphims coming. And then it will be the second Privé.
I don't know if y'all are ready for that one.
Huh?
I don't know if they're ready for that one.
No, and the second Privé
That's
is
more of
gonna
an
be
artistic
incredible.
fragrance, guys. Some people are going to love it, and some people it might not be their cup of tea. But for what it is, it's upper tier of this type of profile.
Yeah, it's
a very exclusive type of profile. Like, you know, there's not a lot of fragrances like this out there. There's some.
Right. It's gonna be
maybe
funny.
not like this exactly. You know?
And the name is gonna be awesome too. And so I think it's gonna kick ass. So I think so that's basically next year. That's, you've heard it here for the first time. And then what we're gonna end up doing, as we have talked about, the Z Creators is gonna be somewhere in this whole thing. So it's gonna be a busy year next year.
He's like, what I missed? Y'all are making another fragrance.
And so the thing is with Zaharoff is that I want to have a collection. I have a certain thing in my head, and now that I have Claude, I'm going to try doing as much as I can now that I have him, because I know my time is limited. And he has come up with some really incredible fragrances. And I also want to do more. I want to do more art in the fragrances too. I want to do something that maybe won't be for everybody, you know. And you know, like not Mr. Goodman, thank you. I think Mr. Goodman, someone had written that they have just about everything. Thank you so much for thank you for that, guys. Thank you for the support. I like his logo, Mr. Goodman. Is that
it's a suit and tie that's also an ink pen for the tie.
That's awesome.
Like a fountain pen for the tie.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Pretty good. I like that. That's slick.
Yeah. It's a new Zaharoff bottle and a motorcycle helmet for my gift myself this year. Thank you, Yo-Yo or Jojo, depending upon where in the world you're at.
It kind of rhymes if it's Jojo Moto. It just rolls off the tongue good. So I'm hoping it's Jojo Moto.
I need a tea fragrance that's being worked on.
So there you go, Randy. He got you covered. Mauricio made a fresh post in the Z Lounge. For anybody that's in the Z Lounge and wants to see the note breakdown, there you go. And then, it's not about trying to edge you guys. It's something extra for those that care enough to take part in these special little groups and things. It's something for the biggest supporters that George likes to do.
Yeah, and come into the Z Lounge. I mean, we welcome everybody, but it's a nice space to be in, and it's, you know, I share it with that because just because these are my peeps, my tribe, and so and of course you guys are all welcome to it. I mean, we don't cut people off. And so, and Mauricio, much love. One is GZ Cooking.
You mean you're sure I'm not dismissive and closed-minded?
No, I don't see that. I don't see what I don't see it. And if Ross, I mean, I think people see me. I'm very calm and level-headed, and I like to have peace in my life. And if you were a dick, I couldn't have you in my life, Ross. So I don't know.
I know.
I think people just have to understand. I think that there's people that just don't like people. And so
I agree.
And when you don't like people or you don't like yourself, you're not going to like anybody else. So I pray for them. I'm praying for you people.
I'm praying for you people. There you go.
That's the best thing to do. Just pray for them. Just God bless them.
Best wishes. Off to dinner. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mo. I sure appreciate the super chat, guys. I appreciate the generosity tonight. I really do.
Yeah.
And this is something you'll never hear somebody on a live stream that gets super chats say. Save your money. Stop giving me super chats for those of you that want to buy this bottle. Save your money.
Yes, save your money.
You know, it's not like it's a $50 fragrance. For those of you that like seriously are planning on buying it, I prefer to see you guys save you money. I appreciate the generosity. I sure as hell do. But yeah, y'all have been more than generous. I don't need every penny. I just, I want those that are eager to get it to just because it's going to be first come, first serve, one bottle only. Right,
Yeah.
George?
And it's going to be with a signed certificate. So the numbers are all going to be the bottle's number, the box is numbered. You're going to get a signed certificate. And so I'm going to actually know who has what numbers. So
if you try to sell your bottle, we know he's going to know who's selling it.
So they could sell the bottle. It's fine. But come next year, if you guys want to get the second one in the Privé collection, I will set that aside because that'll be numbered as well.
I thought that was
guys-
a cool idea. He brought that up this morning that if anybody's interested, like say you get number 132. If you
Right.
want 132 for the next release, you could keep that. He'll set that number for you if you
Yeah.
make a purchase. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think everybody's going to care, but some people would probably
Some
take
people
you
might want to have the second one. We'll see. And if they don't, that's okay too. And if you guys want to resell your bottle, that's okay too. I just think it's interesting because it's all beautifully together, just beautiful. You guys are not expecting this.
It's less than that, sir.
It's gonna be hard to it's gonna be very hard to top this one, but
Did you open all of the packages and find number 69 for Joey? Jason would be very upset if not.
no, Joey did not get number 69. I'm sorry.
He got whatever you grabbed, just like I did, I'm sure.
I didn't think about that.
You'd had to open them all to find
I
it.
didn't think about that.
That's funny, though.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine if he does end up with number 69.
No, he didn't. Because I wrote it down. I have a list of all
A
the
list of
bottles.
who's got what, yeah.
100 are gone, right? So it's only 400 left.
Yeah.
And so I think that
You're way too low, Randy.
so
You're way too low.
So I think we're gonna end it. Is that good? Are we good?
Yeah,
Ross?
I'll chop it up with him for another 10 minutes or so.
You guys, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for the supporting. Keep your eyes out in the next, I don't know, 48 hours. And
Anytime between now and 48 hours, huh?
between now, yeah, it could
Not
be
now. It's not now, guys.
You guys, thank you very much also for, I keep saying it, I know, but thank you for the love and support. And I actually wrote something. Let me see. I wrote something and I know that I keep saying thank you. I put it in when you put what happens when you put something on how do
No
you pull it?
pre-orders.
How do you pull it when you save it on Facebook? Where do you get that from when you put it in a draft? Where are the drafts at?
Oh, good luck. I don't
You
know.
guys, where do the drafts go?
You might have to search for that. I don't know.
Come on, where are the drafts? Manage chats. Let me see here.
I'm searching.
One moment, please.
I'm going to search for you. Go to the left side of your news feed and click the drafts link.
Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what it says.
Pending post, membership badge, member
Click
request.
the down arrow at the top right and select drafts from the menu. Go to publishing tools, select drafts, and so that you have options to get there. They have multiple options.
I feel like an idiot.
Well, it's not as easy to find as you would think.
Okay,
Don't
so
feel
it was from the Zed Lounge, which I even made it even worse, right? So featured members files? No. Media, events.
in the future, screenshot it just in case.
I should have done that.
Yeah. You as well, sir.
So
Realistically, I don't think it'll make it through the day, honestly, but it 100% won't make it through the weekend. But I mean, honestly, I think he'll blow through them quickly. Like,
and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, I wish I could. So anyway, I wrote this beautiful letter I wanted to read on here, and just thanking everybody, and that like. I know it may seem easy, but to go out into the world and chase after your dream, it takes a lot of effort and time and energy, and then to be able to create and then present it and have everyone sharing it and enjoy it in their lives. It's such a blessing to me. And so I just want everyone to know that I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful for allowing me to do what I do, what I love to do. Um, and so thank you. Just thank you very much. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just very, very grateful. Thank you. And then I wish everyone to have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You make it look easy, George. That's why it looks easy.
Well, when you do something that you love and it kind of just, you try to go into this flow, but
Hmm.
it's still, like, I mean, if you think about it, I tell Ross this too. When you have somebody that Ross puts out so much content, like and I tell Ross, I go, who the heck has that kind of energy that comes on? And I mean, I'm
I
tired.
get brain, that's for sure.
And what's funny is like I do taping, I do videos, and when I'm traveling, I'm videotaping, and then I'm like in my back of my head, oh, I'll publish it, and I'm like too damn tired, like I'm like wiped out, and so I don't know how you do it.
I
So
appreciate that, George.
thank you everybody. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm thankful to have you in my life, to have you part of my Zaharoff crazy, and I think there's more to come. There's more crazy to come. So hold on tight. And this is weird because 5 years ago, was it 4 years ago? How long has it been, Ross?
Almost 6 years.
6 years.
Almost.
And so 6 years was just the signature
So
for
Signature
home.
Pour Home came out 6 years ago. Because you and I, the first time we spoke, Signature Pour Home had been out about 6 months. And I
Yeah.
spoke to you end of July. So almost 6 years.
Yeah. So think about that. So 6 years and there's 15. And then we did the six Z creators. And so it's just like I am in Chicago and it's just really crazy. It's just a blessing. And I hope there's a lot more to come because there's so much more I want to do. I want to say and do. So much love to you guys, okay? Namaste. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and always believe in great things ahead.
Oh,
Thank you, Ross.
so hold on before you go. Mauricio tagged you on your letter. Apparently, you posted it. He tagged you. So go to your notifications on Facebook.
Ross, I tagged George. What does that mean?
So apparently, it is something you posted, and he's saying he tagged you in the comments. So you should have a notification that you were mentioned on the post you're looking for.
I
If
actually
that's the
I
post,
actually published it.
maybe. I mean, you'll know when you see it if that's what you were looking for.
Well, if I published it, I did. Let me see.
You did do an appreciation post this past week.
The Cherish Your Visions and Dreams.
Was that what you were looking for?
No, but you know what? I guess I'm so appreciative. I do a lot of appreciative posts.
Yeah.
But you know what? This really brings something to show you guys. I have been doing this since I was 20, when I was at DePaul University, and my dream was always to have this house, and it's not easy endeavor to do to have a fashion house going to do clothing and fragrance and so that's why for me it's even more holy for me because it's not an easy thing to do especially in today's economy. I mean, I was selling men's tailored clothing under license at Nordstrom, and look at what I mean, the pandemic came and Brooks Brothers went out of business, filed bankruptcy. I mean, it's not easy to have your own house. And so I'm very grateful. But I think most of you, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's George on the runway in Milan.
Very
And
young man right there. How
crazy.
old were you there, George? 21,
That's
22?
that's that's 1994 if you see the date stamp on the picture. And so I was 20, oh my God, so I was 22. And then here's the other one. So I don't know if you're able to see this one, but this is Milan, autumn, winter, 1994. If you guys could see it. Okay, you guys see that?
Hmm.
And I know Ross has seen this already.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
okay
there's
though. Not everybody has.
and there's little Georgie
At the bottom, Zaharoff
with all the
in
brands.
alphabetical order.
And so there people could see it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah,
was
it's clear.
so and it was always so elusive to me to sell in Europe. It was always my dream, and to be able to be in, to be in different cities in Italy and now in other parts of Europe. It's just so I'm just so like I'm just very grateful. That's all. So
Here's a fun one before you go. Rafe said, George, you do not look your age. You should post your tips to remain youthful.
uh listen,
I'm sorry, I'm
you
laughing.
gotta get a good doctor.
That's why I'm laughing.
You gotta do
It's not cheap to look like you're
microdermabrasion.
35 when you're in your 50s.
You gotta look. I mean, look at this. I can't
Oh.
move my eyebrows. I got the best. So everything is,
I'm just glad
especially
you're so honest. It's so great. Like, look, I can't move my eyebrows from
I can't. I don't have any. Look at this. I can't move them at all.
Oh
So
man.
and
Good
so
stuff. Now y'all
I'm
know
not,
why I started laughing immediately and pinned it because I knew he would say, "Well, you need a good doctor."
you need to get some good people around you to push and pull and fill and talk. I mean, that's all I gotta say.
You need a good magician.
Yeah, and sleep. Have some really great sex. Go to the gym. Eat right. Take care of your teeth. The
Nutrition is
teeth.
much more important
Yeah.
than people realize. Yeah, for sure.
You got to take care of the teeth. You got to wash your ass and enjoy life. And
Smell good.
that goes without saying. But your body odor smells good too when you take care of yourself. And so,
What you put in is
and
what comes out.
that's right. And I have peace in my life. I try to fight for peace, and that's probably the number one thing that keeps you young too. Junk food diet, of course. And that's why Ross inspires me, by the way. I see Ross working out, busting his ass, and so it makes me want to do it. I see like how good he looks, and I'm like, I get inspired by that. He does a lot of hard work. I couldn't do all of that, but
I live it.
as we get older, guys, I mean, our bones, our muscles, I mean, we have to, even if you do 20 minutes, if you don't exercise or anything, start doing 20 minutes 3 times a day. Just do some
Times a week.
cardio and just get yourself, what'd you say, Russ?
You said 3 times a day. I was like 3 times a
Three
week.
times a week. 3 times a week. 3 times a week. And
3 times a day is when you're getting ready for the stage.
yeah. And I did regret it. I went and had McDonald's somewhere, wherever I
I feel
was.
terrible anytime I touch that stuff. Once in a while, I get a craving, and it's regret every time. It's been 2 or 3 months since the last time for me, but it was regret.
It wasn't worth it.
No,
It wasn't worth it. So Ross, what did you eat that was really junky, but it was good?
Technically, it's not really junky, but we went to Asian market less than 2 weeks ago, and it's actually like owned and operated by Filipinos. Big Filipino cook in the back, and Heidi ordered some lumpia, some egg rolls, and I ordered pancit, which is the noodles.
How was it?
And it was amazing. It was legit. It's how my mother-in-law makes it. It's how Heidi makes it. I hadn't had pancit forever. So it's very rich, and it's noodles. So it's not that it was junk. It's that it was high sodium, high, shit carbs, and I shouldn't have had it. But it was like the only technically cheat meal I had in weeks. Like tomorrow is going to be a cheat meal. It's not a cheat day. I get to have a cheat meal. So I had a great check-in with my in-person check-in with my coach today. Got a lot of positive feedback about why I need to stay the course. So kind of words of encouragement, like, look what's happened over the last couple of weeks. Don't fuck up tomorrow.
I think that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. They have Callie goes your Cadbury eggs. I could see you doing that.
See, I overdid that after the show, and that was one of the reasons I put a little more body fat than I should have on. I'm definitely not doing that next time.
I think mine is the Pirate's Booty. The Pirate's Booty. I think for me, I love Pirate's Booty. That's probably my Arby's. I love Arby's. Oh my God,
I'm always thinking Arby's.
And Arby's is it's 1,000 calories just
Oh,
one
the
of those
roast beef
freaking
tastes
burgers.
delicious, but it's super low grade, high
Yeah.
fat. It's terrible. It's
And
garbage.
it's also high sodium, isn't it?
Super high sodium and
Super
high
high
fat.
sodium.
People look at the protein content like, yeah, I'm getting my protein. Literally everything else about it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that back in the day, on the airplane when you would fly first class international, it would be like, I'll have the rack of lambs, but can I have it, medium rare? Like that was those days.
Mhm.
Now is just shit too. Now it's shit
Chicken or
food.
fish.
Yeah, it's just awful food. And so even now the airplane food sucks, even up in the front of the plane. So traveling and eating is eating shitty. There's nothing really good. But the Southeast Asian, like you were talking about, Southeast Asian has some really fresh. We think that it's all shitty here because you order fast food, Thai, but over there it's really fresh and it's great. So okay,
It's a different world with nutrition.
and Jason, good to see you. And I'm going to bid thee farewell. Thank you, everybody. Thanksgiving tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. Indulge. Much love. Thanks, Ross. Bye, everybody. Namaste,
Good, George.
everybody.
We'll talk. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. As he stated, for those of you that are interested in trying to secure a bottle, keep your eyes peeled within the next 48 hours to this channel. That'll be your indicator. When that review drops, it's for sale. It'll go quick. It will. It's not a lot. Literally numbered, and you know it. There's 400 available of the 500 because the other 100 are going abroad. So there's 400 available for this market. Well, 398 I know it for sure because my bottle's right here, and I know Joey's got his head in his way if he doesn't have it already. So it's exciting stuff. People are going to love it. It's the wearing experience is what makes it so special to me. The presentation's obviously otherworldly from anything else he's ever done, but it's the wearing experience. It's what makes it so special. Again, it's not some overly complex, like crazy layered type of fragrance. It's something you could wear every single fucking day for anything and everything. High compliment factor type of fragrance that just seems like it never wants to settle its ass down. 11 hours and 6 minutes since I sprayed 3 sprays. Still not a skin scent. Still, as soon as I got close, hit me. Yeah, it's not as strong as it was many hours ago, but it still has some sillage to it. Like I'm sure I'm trailing. If I was to walk past my wife, she would smell it, which I hear her in the kitchen doing some stuff. So I appreciate you guys coming hang out. We're down to 160 now. We had 223, 228, something like that. I think was around our peak. I appreciate the audience. I appreciate the love with the super chats. I really do appreciate the generosity. Honestly, I would have preferred you guys save your money for those of you that are looking to get a bottle, because I mean it's the shopping season. Of course I appreciate the generosity, but I know everybody's gonna be spending a lot of money this weekend, whether you're buying this fragrance or buying other stuff. It's the shopping season, so I appreciate you guys. Perfect gem scent. The only reason I even had it for the gym was I wanted to wear it all day. And because I'm really trying to clock the longevity of it, because it's the production batch versus the lab samples, fully macerated, made in a larger batch. Because lab samples are usually made anywhere from 1 to 2 ounces, and they're not macerated. Once they're mixed and blended, go in vials, they get shipped. Just like that. And they spoil quicker because they're made in such small amounts. It's like a big decant, basically. They spoil quicker. So I sure appreciate you guys coming and hang with me. We've got a little bit more time. I mean, we can go to an hour and a half. It's an hour 9. We usually do an hour and a half, so I'll hang with you guys for a little bit longer if y'all want to chat. I appreciate that, sir. Yeah, you missed a lot. You definitely did, Jason. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you as well. We don't get a chance. Oh, okay, I think you meant chance. No worries, my man. Rhodonite, is that how you say that? It's a beast. I want to say I've heard of this. It sounds familiar. Wore leather to back to the gym. Well, the manager at George's gym wears leather to back all the time, and he's a heavy sprayer. Jesus Christ. You can't go to LA Fitness and not smell Zahara off over there. Good God. I don't know what to buy. I got $70 and want a versatile compliment getter. So compliment getter is very situational. Now, the likelihood and ability to get is higher for some than others. Like I was saying about Precious Treasure, like this is high. The fact, the level of it is going to be pretty high and have a lot of opportunity for a lot of people, but some people will never get a compliment from it. And that goes with every fragrance. So from person to person, that's very different. It depends on your taste. I don't want to just throw something out. Like, what do you normally wear with some of your favorites? Maybe I can recommend something that's a slight variant of to keep you within your wheelhouse. That'd probably be the best. Electimus Ross. Oh, you meant Rose and Oud, but Ross is what typed. No worries. You can always scroll back, Hawas Black. That was a great release for this year. If you like Oak Moss, it's a damn good fragrance. That is for certain. We had a bunch of super chats tonight. You guys are awesome. I sure appreciate that. If I get a bottle of the new Zahara off, I will dump my cart on Fragrance Buy. If I don't get the Zahara off, back to Fragrance Buy. Makes sense. I'll be buying stuff from Fragrance Buy. I've already got a cart built. Just got to our cabin in the Smokies. Me and my daughter walk in and my wife's jamming 2 Live Crew out cooking. That is fucking hilarious. That is awesome, Jason, first and foremost. Brioni would be good. A slightly different option for a compliment, but budget friendly too. Especially the Eclat. It's so fresh. What's the hand on the head emoji like you don't know what to recommend? Yeah, hit me with some stuff that you typically like. $70. And do you have Dylan Blue? That's an easy answer. And I don't want to hit you with generic answers. I'd rather try to tailor a recommendation to your taste. Yeah, that's my favorite one. The new one swabs right here. A lot of spicy leather. Definitely cold weather. I pull the cap and sniff it all the time. It's still right here. I don't think it's one of the 10 best designers released this year. This is going to fall into that middle tier. It's a good release. I don't think it's the best release. I don't think it's the best one in the line. But if you like spicy leathers, it is pretty good. It's definitely worth sampling. It's a little fruity. It's ambery and obviously very hot and spicy. Hence the name. It's got a fiery spice to it. It's one of his better fragrances. I can't imagine you not liking it. Get my nose and swab. Pretty citrusy. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't want to wear that every day, even in the cold. Unless you just love leather accords. Like that's your style. That is what you wear as leather fragrances. Then yeah, wear away. But as far as evenings, it's definitely extremely uber masculine. I can't imagine like any ladies that want to wear that be like, you smell like a man. It's that kind of masculine. So we'll see. Spice Bomb Extreme 50 ml for under 70. I think Fragrance Buy's got it for under 70 as well. 66. Oh, since Firefox crashed earlier, it killed my screen share. Yeah, 66 from them. What's the 90 going for? 92. Almost $1 an ml. So yeah, 66 from them. So that's kind of going rates around $70 apparently. Got to dive more into leather fragrances. Just picked up Legend Spirit, and that's pretty good. Yeah, it is. That'll get you some compliments. Most people pull some compliments with that if you care about others telling you smell good. And it's an enjoyable wear. It's grapefruit, citrus, freshwater aquatic, clean and musky, a little woodsy. Very much like Invictus Aqua. Oh, 100%. That's 80 to 90% of the online fragrance community. Absolutely. No, because that's you've heard me speak on this before. Justin speaks on this all the time too. So if it doesn't get any compliments, now it's trash. Because I've had people tell me, man, I really like how it smells, but I wore it like a dozen times and I still haven't gotten a compliment. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. That's a quote. I really like how it smells, but I've worn it a dozen times. It hasn't got me a compliment, so I'm getting rid of it. So, low self-esteem much to where somebody's got to build your confidence up for you and tell you smell good. Like, compliments are great, but if that's the main focus of why you're spraying a fragrance on your skin, you're doing it wrong. I'm just going to say what it is. You're doing it wrong. The people around you ain't walking next to you all day long. You living with that fragrance. You're living in that sillage. You should like it. That should be the most important thing. Not how much it performs. Not if people are telling you smell good. You got to think you smell good. You got to want to smell that son of a bitch on you for 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, whatever the case is. That's number one. Wearing experience and how it smells to me will always be number one priority for me. So I know you feel the same way based on your comment. I'm totally with you on that. But it is what it is. I don't knock people for wanting to, get a compliment. I get it. I like getting compliments too when it happens, but I'm not fishing. Only when it's like a family get together, because I'm expected to show out with something special and different that they never smelled. I'm looking for the feedback. It's not even necessarily they need to tell me. Yeah, I just want to hear something. I want to know what they think. I want the feedback in general, good or bad, because there's an expectation when you're the cologne guy in your family, right? I review fragrances full time. What do you think they expect of me and my family when we have get-togethers? I've literally been told you can never not show up smelling better than everybody. It's been said to me by my cousin. Yep. So that's the only time that I'm fishing for the feedback. Not even necessarily a compliment, just the feedback. Parlin Rosa Ocean Le Parfum. Well, all right then. It's definitely the least ocean of the bunch, but it's definitely the best cool weather one of the bunch. It's the heaviest vanilla. It's the darkest. Nice and ambery. You have a good one, Dave. Have a good one, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You can't go wrong. You'll like it. It's not a serious fragrance. It's a very playful fragrance. Watermelon Jolly Rancher mixed with Invictus, Hawas, whichever one you want to say. Bubblegum Aquatic. Doesn't have the same amount of spice as Hawas. I hope not. If you feel like you need to take out a loan to buy a fragrance, don't get the fragrance. Shane, don't buy the fragrance. Pun intended. I like that. There you go. Okay. That's a monster. You can get that for under $40 from Discounters Online. $35 to $40 going rate for a 4.2. That's a safe play. Very bubblegummy, coconut amber. Very blue, playful, really strong. Another one with a high compliment factor. Again, no guarantees. No fragrance can guarantee that. Performance and compliments cannot be guaranteed by anything. If anybody tells you it's a guarantee, they're just talking shit. Nothing can be guaranteed. Own your sillage. Let them know, Paul. The people around me didn't. It's just good. It's good for the price. No. We're not saying you when we were talking about why people wear fragrances. I'm not saying you. I was giving an example and a generalization of the majority of the audience that consume fragrance content. It's not most of the people in this live chat. Most of the people in this live chat are here all the time, and they're like big time into fragrances, a little bit different. So I wasn't singling you out. I don't know if he was or not, but I wasn't singling you out specifically. I wasn't talking about you. It was a generalized statement. Yeah, it's an extra. It's bonus. It's exactly how I look at it. Well, yeah, you never want people to think you stink. That's never fun. Nope. I'm actually having her make a spaghetti instead of doing turkey and ham and all that stuff. I eat turkey every freaking day. I'm sick of turkey. Because I never got her to make that spaghetti after my contest. And I was like, let's do that. My wife makes an amazing spaghetti. Ground beef and sausage. And of course, 96% lean ground beef, turkey sausage, like lower fats. I'm still trying to squeeze it out as healthily as I can. One meal. can't have 2 meals. I have one. My meal plan plus one of the meals is going to be that. So, okay, I got you. It's fair. Manhattan Midnight's better than Prada for the price. I think that's fair. That's fair. From City Rhythm. Shout out to Niles. Exactly. Oof. Well, you're in for a treat with those. Shout outs to Tazo. As long as you like it. That's how, as long as people aren't like, oh, you smell terrible, their opinion's irrelevant if they don't hate it. Does that make sense? Like, you shouldn't feel like you can't wear your fragrance unless you're in a situation where they just think it smells really bad. Then it comes down to respect thing. But if they just like, screw them then. You know what I mean? Then in that case, it's like they'll be okay. You know, as long as you don't stink to them, they'll be okay. If you like it, you like it. That needs to be most important. That's an excellent choice. I think a lot of people are going to be. A lot of people wore it today. I've seen a lot of leather tobacco posts today. Great choice as well. Nikos from the House of Cicalia. Is that how you say that? Indeed. Ganymede. Literally can't get why people say it's divisive. Instantly loved it. Strong. 4 compliments in one day. It's got its cult following. You know, I do think it's a little bit more like Ganymede specifically. I get this lactonic accord that kind of sours with me on my skin a little bit. But something like Gritty Supernova that is overall greener but similar profile, I prefer. This smells like Ganymede, but it's a bit greener. It's got more green notes to it, but still like a dead ringer for Ganymede. I prefer this. Still niche, you know. No worries, no worries. We're good. Jollibee. I don't think so. I don't think I have. A little bit. That's fair because it's got the added spice that the others don't have. That's fair. I sure appreciate that. We're at the tail end. We're going to be shutting it down in about 8 minutes. George is gone at this point. If you want to hear that, we had George for about an hour, a little over an hour, like hour 2, hour 4, something like that. It's got a different cap. It's a different color. It's got totally different inscriptions that's etched into the glass because that's his proprietary bottle. And it's a totally different cap. Because he buys molds and stuff, and buying an original mold, like you don't buy stock bottles. That's his bottle. He owns the trademarks to it. Buying molds is really fucking expensive. Like not a couple of grand. Really fucking expensive for a glass mold. So that's why. He's got this mold, and why not roll with it, you know? Yeah, warmer weather. I love it. I thought it was just pretty good the first time I smelled it, and then I fell in love with it. Miss Heather had sent me a decant. Next thing you know, it's like I had to have a bottle. So much so that I even bought the damn thing from Joma Shop. I wanted a bottle so bad, and I didn't want to pay retail. And I got it within a week. They did okay for a change. Favorite holiday side. So for Christmas, I always do green beans wrapped in bacon. That's a hit with the family. I've been doing it since I was like 13. I won't be doing that this year. So we're staying home for both holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we're just doing something, just me and her, because, you know, it's probably our last holiday with Farrah. The travel's been pretty hard on her the last couple of times. So that's why we're like, we're just going to stay home. You know, I'll have more Christmases and Thanksgiving with family in the future. I probably won't with my dog. So not that close. Somebody said it was identical yesterday and almost banned them. I forgot who it was because it's so crazy to say that. And it's a regular, somebody I like. And I was like, wow, you're fucking crazy. No. Which I believe Dark Cherry and Amber is a Claude Deer creation, if I remember correctly. It's a really good fragrance, but it is not French Defense. ATH Red Fever. I've never tried it. You got 2 really good ones you're debating on. Citrus Heaven. Yeah, for sure. A lot of lemon. Has the black currant as well, but it's a lot of lemon. You like candied lemon. It's good. Stuffing with gravy. Hell yeah. Wear tomorrow. Wore red tobacco last year. I'm trying to remember what I wore last year. I don't remember. Year before I did Epic Man. I remember that distinctively. I don't remember what I did last year. I don't. Shame on me. Uh-oh. And that's way more wearable because it's almost like Tigar mixed with Ganymede, and it's not quite Tigar and it's not quite Ganymede either. Because the accords are similar, but the notes used to make the accords look like yuzu instead of grapefruit. It's not as spicy. It's still green. It's a little metallic and woodsy. It's a little spicy, but I look at it as kind of a hybrid-esque tie-in to both of those, but it's really neither. I know it's kind of weird the way I'm explaining it. It's my favorite Mancera release this year over Cinque Terre. I love Cinque Terre, but I prefer Amberfull. Amberfull's in my top 10 niche release this year. Easily. I love it. I don't know. That's up to you, sir. Dilly, good to see you. 2 scoops of Dymatize ISO 100 whey isolate protein. Right now I have Fruity Pebble flavor. That's terrible. It's not Fruity Pebbles. I power through it, and I got a 5-pound of it. So I don't have a protein snack. I don't have snacks. Me snacking is 2 tablespoons of Smucker's Natural creamy peanut butter. The only 2 ingredients are peanuts and salt. Actual natural peanut butter, not Jif Natural, which is loaded with all kinds of bullshit. The Reese's peanut butter I was doing, I was like, oh, it's amazing. And then I read the label one day and it had seed oils. I was like, oh, I'm fucking up. I had to stop eating that. And stop eating. It was like, it's got loaded with seed oils. What a mistake that I was making. No wonder it tastes better than Jif, you know? It was amazing. I was eating a whole jar in 2 days all the time. So I had to get away from that shit. They're not the same, though. They're not the same. It's kind of tough. If I could only pick one, I might have to lean to Supremacy Collector's Edition, but they're not the same, though. They're not. Good to see you, sir. No worries. No worries. You can always scroll back and check it out. Yeah, here and there. That's one of the benefits of being in the Zed Lounge. Zed Creator stuff will pop in for sales and swaps here and there, and random other Zahara fragrances, obviously. It's definitely when you're looking for some partials and stuff, or brand new stuff that's only been sprayed a little bit, bundles. You can find some deals in the Zed Lounge. That's usually the first place people will go to sell them to keep them within the family, kind of thing. I would say like 30% of each, because the accords are similar, but the notes to get you there are not the same. So it's not the same type of citrus. It's not the same type of spice. It's not as metallic. The lactonic thing I talked about with Ganymede's not there, but the bit of metallic is. Congratulations on that win, by the way. For those who didn't know, the bottle I put up for Randy's 10K giveaway, Mr. David Webster won it. Who? Jason's already here. He was here. Giancarlo, you've been here the whole time. You just didn't see when he was talking. Jason got here late, but he's here. Yeah, it's terrible. I paid $65 for it from an eBay seller. And I paid $97 for vanilla prior. So I was like, fuck it, I'll power through it. Or it might have been $72. I think it was $72. It was such a good deal. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it and bear through it. I had a feeling it wouldn't be that good. And it's not, it's terrible. I need to go back to vanilla. I got about a third of it left, and I'm going back to vanilla. I usually get Dymatize 100 vanilla. Hell yeah. Oolong Cha, also very nice, but the dry down gets a little too tea. Well, it is a tea fragrance at its core. Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty good. I've had that one. Usually chocolate peanut butter flavored ones are pretty good too. Favorite high protein meal is homemade chopped cheese. What a good sandwich. For those who don't know, it's like Philly cheesesteak on steroids. Noted. Members Mark almond butter. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. So the only time I can stomach almond butter is peak week. because I was tearing that shit up for peak week. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. It's because I'm so deprived. It was so good. Got some almond butter in the off season. Fucking, I still got it. And I forgot what brand. Like, I bought some good shit. The same stuff I bought during prep. And it's like, God, this is terrible. So it's just sitting there. It should still be good when peak week rolls around. So we'll see. Just almonds and salt. I forgot. It's like the go-to everybody uses. I forgot what brand it is. I'm visualizing the label and logo and everything. Is that what I wore? That is what I wore. Good call. There's a fan. There's a true fan right there. Remembering what I wore for Thanksgiving last year. Man, you get a soft live stream clap. Thank you, Jeffrey. I sure did. That is what I wore. All right, then. I don't think he's here anymore. He was here. So we just hit the hour and a half. I'm going to shut this down in a second. The vanilla one and eggs. So I do the, which I got a box of the double chocolate right now because I stopped. I was eating those all the time after my reverse diet. It's part of where some of the body fat came from. But the Kodiak protein flapjacks, get the box of the mix. The double chocolate ones is such a treat. I tried adding chocolate Redcon 1 ration to it. It makes it terrible. It's not the same. But yeah, I love that. And the blueberry ones, I've added the vanilla Dymatize to those, add a scoop to it to add more protein. That works out. Those are pretty good. And I do the fake syrup that'll cause cancer, sugar-free maple syrup. So, and I'll probably have that after the contest. I'll have some more of those, or maybe for a cheat meal in the future because I haven't had them in a while. I've been because I went hard on them for a while and I got away from it. What's going on, my man? Good to see you, Manny. Fresh Petroleum Violet Leaf. Fucking love it. Aqua Fahrenheit. I got a decant of it right here that Rafe sent my way. We smelled it the other day on the live stream. It is that good. I would like to get a bottle. They're crazy on eBay though. They're crazy. I'd be down to get the 75 ml for 150 or less, which I think if I'm just patient, I'll see that because the 75 ml is like 180 is like going rate I saw. My favorite rack store find ever was La Nuit de l'Homme Eau Electrique. That was my favorite. That was the one I got most excited for. I've found niche stuff. I bought Silver Mountain Water from Creed over there. I bought Aqua de Parma Colonia Club from there for like $12. I found it for a steal. I've had some cool shit, but my favorite, the one I was most excited about was, believe it or not, Eau Electrique, which is Versace Eros mixed with La Nuit de l'Homme. Not Blue Electrique, Eau Electrique that came out before. Hell yeah, man. Congrats. No, I don't think it's Justin's. You're tempting me to go grab it out the damn fridge. I think it starts with an M. Let me look it up. I'll know it when I see the damn label. Let me just look at images. Where is it at? Yeah, there's Justin's. It's not that. Here. Maranatha. This one. I have a smaller jar though, but that one right there. And that's what I got. Loving is what I got. I said, remember that. Shout out to Sloma Shop. Buy for Black Friday, get for New Year's Eve. Hell yeah, sir. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. That's who was saying it. I almost banned Dan yesterday. That's what it is. I was like, I know it was a regular, somebody that I like. It was Dan. Shut your dirty mouth, you lying whore. It is not the same fragrance. There's sure it's cherry and sweet similarity, but it is not the same. Don't you go just kicking dirt and sand all over French Defense like that, sir. Yes, dark cherry and amber is a really good fragrance, especially for the money, but it is not French Defense. Stop it. Hold bad. 1981 Los Angeles. Been a while. Affordable arrows, basically. He's not part of the core. There you go. Well, we can only, and it mainly comes down to protein. We can only hold and absorb so much because protein does not turn into fat in the body. Your body heat will skyrocket if you have an overload of protein. The meat sweats, your body will overheat because it has to try to burn it because it can't store it as fat. And you can only absorb so much protein at a time. So that's what that is, basically. And if you're eating good fats, yeah, if you don't gorge yourself too much in the fats, like if you're being conscious of it being leaner meats and a lot of whole eggs for your fats, yeah, you're probably not going to gain any weight. You'll just gain lean tissue. There's a method to it for sure. There you go. So let me skip to the bottom. We're going to go ahead and shut this down. Kevin, you missed George. He was here from about 13 minutes to about an hour and 2. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. On a holiday, too. Not that there's a good time, but I'm terribly sorry for your loss. I have never worn that. Yeah, George is awesome. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, my guy. Scott, good to see you, sir. It took you a year to see the light. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. King will sing if you can decant. I can't imagine not being able to decant out of it. There's a way to do it, I'm sure. Good to see you, sir. Coming in late. We're literally logging off right now. I'm just trying to get to the bottom, and I'm going to log off. Finally got around to ordering samples of blue and red and Orem. One of those will be my first bottle. Well, that's going to be a tough choice right there, my man. That's for sure. I hope you enjoy all of them. Oh, no, sir. No. Well, I mean, we go we don't hit clubs and bars and stuff. We'll do like a restaurant and hang there for a while. Like she'll drink. I don't. She'll have fruity drinks, as she likes to call it. Usually a blue drink, especially being by the beach. We usually eat on the beach when we go out in the evenings. Unless we're in the mood for Texas Roadhouse, we'll do Texas Road. But we do a lot of local seafood places on the beach. We did Hooters on the beach a few weeks ago, too. Had some Daytona shrimp. That was a cheap meal. I say a few weeks ago. That was like a month and a half ago. We did Italian for our anniversary 2 weeks ago. That wasn't on the beach. But, yeah, we usually get an amazing atmosphere and vibe, and she'll have some drinks. Like, we'll take our time, because I don't have to eat right away. Let her enjoy her drinks, and we just, enjoy one another's company and all that good stuff, and then we'll order food at some point. We just take our time, basically. We live at the beach. There's no reason to be in a rush unless something's calling for a rush. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Matt. Yeah, I've been improving a bunch during the day yesterday because I talked about it yesterday for people to go see the notes because Joe Mo profile mentioned that it was in there that you had posted it, and I showed the rule number 1. I'm like, keep that private. Anybody that wants to know, you got to go in there for that. That's part of the benefit of being a member. So yeah, between like the surge we had today, that was because of yesterday, and then obviously this evening surge is this. So welcome to everyone. Mauricio is going to be your main moderator / admin. I saw he graduated to admin recently because he spends a lot of time. He's going to be the main person that's regulating the bullshit. Okay, he's on top of that. Good to see you, Mike. Thank you, sir. You as well. Terribly sorry for your loss, man. You as well, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, y'all have a good one, guys. This will be it because Friday we'll be on the Sports Desk Live previewing Survivor Series War Games, me and Dedrick. So no stream over here on Friday. Obviously no stream tomorrow. So not again until Monday. Wednesday, I'll have Justin on next Wednesday. So we will be streaming 3 Wednesdays in a row because the following Wednesday I'm on his channel. So no Wednesday breaks for me for the next 3 weeks. But I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, what happens in the Zed Lounge stays in the Zed Lounge. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate all of you. So we'll go ahead and shut it down. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for the generosity with the super chats. I sure appreciate that. It's always great to have George. Get him to spend a little bit of time, share a little inspiration and creative process on certain things, and there's definitely a lot that went into this. And for those of you that just got here late, scroll back. We showed the chest and everything. I'm not going to pull it out again, but that's what she said, right? So, like he said before he signed off, could happen anytime in the next 48 hours. It's not happening tonight, but it could happen in the next 48 hours. Your signifier will be my review coming out. When the review comes out, it's live. It's for sale. And it will be first come, first serve, strictly limited, one per person. That way, more people have an opportunity to get it. People can't just buy it to resell it later. And unfortunately, for those that are genuinely just wanting to get a backup bottle, you won't be able to. He wants to try to spread it around for more people this way because it's not a lot. It's 400 bottles available to this market, 500 bottles total worldwide. So I got bottle number 7 out of 500. So happy Thanksgiving, guys. Keep your eyes peeled to this channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another fragrance video. And then again on Friday for another fragrance video. Y'all have a good one.